Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Arrow. And today we have a guest, Miss Vaishali Jog. And Vaishali, welcome to The Arrow.
Thank you.
And I would like you to first of all introduce yourself to our viewers, and then we continue from there on.
Sure. So first of all, Varun, thanks for inviting me on your show. The way I am, okay, I'm a person who loves to motivate and inspire people a lot. By qualification, I'm a chartered accountant. I have an experience of more than around 80 years in the corporate world. But I always knew that you don't get to that kind of satisfaction when you work in the corporate sector. And I always knew that it is not meant for me, whatever this thing. Okay, people say, "Kitna mehnat karke CA hui ho, okay, why do you want to get out of the corporate world?" I said no. So when I conceived, I decided, fine, this is a very good opportunity for me. So I resigned from my job in July 2019. And then my baby came into the world around October 2019. And then after 3 months, I'm a little settled with my baby. I started thinking of the lines, what should I be doing? Because I was sure that I don't want to get back to the corporate world. So kya karna hai inko? So that time another thing happened. I realized that my energy levels, when you have a baby, your energy levels really have to be really high, right? So I realized that my energy levels are not up to the mark. And then it struck me that I know a practice called Fletcherism. Now, what is Fletcherism? Fletcherism is an amazing way of having your food, which leads to increase in your energy levels. Plus, you also achieve the ideal weight. And I knew about this practice around 6-7 years back when I was introduced to this practice by one of my senior teammates in the office. But then down the line, somewhere it got misplaced or it got just out of the head. But Abhi, I really knew that Baba, I have to have high energy level. So I thought, okay, let me get back to this practice. And the moment I got into this practice, because I was already aware of the principles, I started practicing it. I immediately got the benefit within weeks. And within 2 months, I could actually see substantial change in my energy levels. Plus, I was able to lose quite some weight. And like as of now, I have lost more than 15 kgs of post-pregnancy weight. So this practice is really, really helpful in every aspect of life. So after 2 months, in February, I realized around May, I thought if this is benefiting me so much, let me just spread this practice to everyone. Why not? And it is my own belief that ladies, especially ladies after marriage, struggle with two main issues. One is their weight, and second is their energy levels. The way our society is, it is like of course, men also have some unke responsibilities hoti hai, but then in general, because I am a woman, I resonate more with women. So I thought, let me just spread this practice because these are the two main issues I kind of identify with and I myself experience. So I started speaking to people like for around a month, every day in the evening, I used to have a half an hour structured talk with people. So how did I approach that aspect? I used to message people. I should say, ki, hi, like not everyone, most of the people whom I know would be interested or even little acquaintances. So I used to just tell them, ki, this is the practice that I'm doing. I've really benefited from that. So would you like to hear about it? Some people said yes, some people said no. So whoever said yes, I used to give them a talk and then I used to tell them if you want to learn more or have guidance, I can do it or let it be. So that happened for around a month. But then I realized that this is a very long shot. My reach is going to be really, really small. And it happened that I attended a webinar of Ron Malhotra and Dave Gadvi, where Dave Gadvi said that writing a book is like just opening your heart. Earlier, I used to feel that writing a book is going to be extremely difficult. I cannot do that. But when I heard that thing, then I said, okay, let me just start. And the moment I started writing, so it came out so beautiful. I was so happy the way the first page I thought, I was so happy. So that's what I got motivated. And I'm actually working on my book. It will be out very soon. So that is how the book started. Then in December 2020, I did my first live stream in which it was a part of, actually, I was doing a course with Dave Gadvi, Social Media Mastery. There was a challenge in that you have to go live and do a live stream. Okay, so that was my first Facebook live stream. And in that, Dave Gadvi had said कि लोग 1 minute में भाग जाते हैं, मतलब वो कल कब खत्म होगा. So my first live stream went on for more than 8 minutes. And I was very happy. मतलब जब वो खत्म हुआ तो मैं तो इतनी खुश हो गई थी. My God, I was so happy. Wow, this is happening. I can do it. That got a confidence in me that I can actually do. And I ended the first live stream by saying that I will be putting more live streams on Fletcherism, on gratitude, on sharing knowledge. That is what I think I believe in. So my second live stream happened on 13 December 2020, which was all about Fletcherism. So that was around 13 or 15 minutes. So after that, I got a call from one of my yoga batchmates, and she said, "Ki, you've lost all the weight on Fletcherism only." I said, "Yes, all has been lost on Fletcherism only." Then I told her, "Ki, I'm also launching a batch." So that time it was just an idea in my head, because the goals that I write, one of the goals is that I'll be taking workshops. So it was just an idea, and Ron Malhotra always says that you should test an idea before you actually market. So I did that, and it was like, "ठीक है," उसने immediately हाँ बोल दिया. She even got another person. So that's how I started my first workshop on 1st January 2021. Then I conducted another workshop. So I've taken 2 workshops on Fletcherism. And as of now, I'm not taking workshop, I'm doing personal coaching. And right now I have 2 things in my profile. One is a personal coaching, and second is a thought leader. Personal coaching on Fletcherism, and second is a thought leader. Now, what is a thought leader? Because I'm a chartered accountant, I also can guide people on the finance aspect. So finance is there, then health is there, then relationships is there, because I personally believe I can guide, and people have told me that whatever I've advised them, it really matters a lot. So that is in short my whole journey, coming from a chartered accountant in the corporate sector to a thought leader and a Fletcherism coach. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, this is how life is, and that's why I love the idea of life, that how it changes, how it evolves, and yeah, sometimes it brings out some good things, sometimes it doesn't, so many good things. So yeah, first of all, that I was searching for a person who to call, who can teach me about something about nutrition, diet, or something. But apparently I found you on LinkedIn, and when I saw your bio in LinkedIn, it said Fletcherism, and to be very honest, I didn't know about anything about Fletcherism, and I said, let's try and get in contact with you. And I saw your posts from last 1 year or something, and it was quite interesting. And I said, let's ask her. And thank you for accepting my invitation and coming to the podcast. Let's directly talk about Fletcherism. I know you have explained it, but can you start from scratch for explaining to a person like me? Because for me, Fletcherism is anyways a very difficult word to say. I mean, my tongue rolls like anything. So start with what is Fletcherism, and yeah, then we take it from there.
Yeah. Okay. So before I start explaining about Fletcherism, let me make one statement which I think is extremely important. Each and every person in this world has the obligation, responsibility, and duty to take care of his own health. That is the most important thing. You may do yoga, you may do meditation, you may do anything. You may go mountaineering, you can do exercise, you can go for walks, you can Fletcherize also if that feels, whatever resonates with you. But your body is the most important gift that God has given you. And only you and you can take care of your health, no one else. किसी को भी कितना भी चाहे, आपकी माँ कितना भी चाहे, पर वो आपके लिए आपकी बॉडी की देखभाल नहीं कर सकती, वो आपको ही करनी. And this is the biggest gift you can give to yourself and your family if you take care of your health. Okay, so that is one statement that I really want to kind of spread to everyone who were listening and who were good listeners. Now, Fletcher, let me start by saying most of the people don't know this term. Okay, if you Google it, there is very less information on that. And term Fletcherism, most people get scared कि ये क्या चीज़ है बाबा. So let me just tell you from where ये term आया है. Okay, the term has been coined from the person who got this practice to the world. So his name is Horace Fletcher. That is why Fletcherism. Like अपन जिन लगाते थे ना, Fletcherism. उसने आया इसलिए Fletcherism हो गया. So that is the only thing. Now, when this is basically a practice, which is very simple and very easy to adapt, but simple human mind thinks that simple things will not give you results. That's why it is not kind of widespread. Like people ask me, अगर इतना easy है तो फिर क्यों नहीं लोग करते हैं? Simple चीजें लोगों को समझने नहीं आती ना. Problem ये है human mind का. उनको लगता है कि नहीं, complicated होगा तभी result आएगा, नहीं तो कैसे result आएगा, right? So what I'll do 5 principles. Now, Fletcherism is basically, it is a 5 beats into one thread. And when I tell you these 5 principles, Varun, tell me आपने सुना है कि नहीं सुना है. मेरे को guarantee है कि आपने ये प्रिंसिपल कभी ना कभी लाइफ में सुने होंगे. सो क्या है,
Okay.
अप्रोच है 5 प्रिंसिपल.
Mhm.
Now I start with the first principle. The first principle is eat when you're hungry. Okay, now tell me, Varun, what comes to your mind when I say eat when you're hungry?
Sometimes I feel it is impossible, and sometimes I feel I cannot stop.
Okay, fine. So the underlying meaning is, okay, when the first thought that came to mind when I got to I said, obviously I eat when I am hungry, okay? But the underlying meaning is, do you also eat when you're not hungry? That is something that you need to think about. Like what happens generally, it is like, it is very arrogant if someone offers you something and you say no. घर पे एक बार चलेगा, but अगर आप किसी ऑफिशियल एनवायरनमेंट में हो, पार्टी में हो, किसी का बर्थडे, वो आपको केक ऑफर कर, नहीं मैं फ्लेच राइस करूँ, मैं नहीं खाऊंगी. It is extremely rude. Okay, it is. So the way I look at it is that I give the awareness to people and then I tell them strategies how to do it. Okay, now suppose किसी ने मेरे को बोला केक ऑफर किया, उनको भूख नहीं लगी, मेरे को पता है कि because I follow pledges of what I used to do in my office. I used to have an extra खाली डब्बा in my bag. Okay, so किसी ने केक दिया, खा मैं उस डब्बे में रखती थी, नहीं तो there are always people around who want to eat more than one piece of cake, right? So you have to, what I do, I give the awareness about the practice and strategies how you can actually implement the practice. Okay, so the first principle itself says eat when you're hungry. And in Fletcherism, it's the same, that if you get hungry at 12 o'clock at night, please go and have food at 12 o'clock. Okay, your body is again and again giving you signals. You have to understand. There are so many people. Okay, let me ask you one question. Do you talk to your body, Varun?
Yeah, apparently since February 2021, I have started talking to it.
Okay.
And yeah, it talks back quite rudely because I have not taken care of it for so long. Now it has started respecting me back and showing me results. And just to inform, I mean, I have told people in my last episodes also, but I think in last 7 months I have also lost 15 kgs. I mean, I was fine, but I lost 15 kgs, but not by Fletcherism. I just what do you call it? Destroyed my mental blocks. Yes. And started exercising and stopped being a Usi or something. So yeah, that's how it is done. And one thing more which I want to add or ask, and you can continue it later on. You said that listen to your body.
Yes.
I mean, there are some people, including me, once upon a time, not now, but at 12 o'clock, I used to feel like, I wish I had ice cream. And then I used to order it from some Zomato, Food Panda, whatever, and it came at 1 a.m. and then I eat ice cream. So do I have to listen to that also, or is it like whatever the body says, but eat when your body says?
Okay, so let me explain this in detail. Okay, so in Fletcherism, first thing is you can do that subject to the fact that you follow all the 5 principles, right? But now I don't say 100% follow karo. Okay, even I don't follow 100%. I just follow 60 to 70%, but still I get amazing results. Okay, so you can imagine, I can imagine how much results you will get if you follow 100%. Anyways, coming back to your question. Now in Fletcherism, they say eat what you love. Okay, they say eat when you're hungry. Third is completely chew your food. Fourth is do not let any negative thought come into your mind. And fifth is do mindful eating. अगर आप ये सब फॉलो कर रहे हो और आपको 12 बजे आइसक्रीम खाने की इच्छा हो रही है, ठीक है, तो आप खाओ. लेकिन लोग मेरे को बोलते हैं कि मेरे को चॉकलेट केक पसंद है, मैं रोज खाऊंगी, चलेगा क्या? I said yes, you can have if you feel like in following all the principles. But if you are Fletcherizing, automatically your choices change. See, if you compare a til laddu to your ice cream, a til laddu is definitely healthy. I will tell you my own experience. I was surprised. Like, I love Kaju Katli. I went to my aunt's place and then she offered me Kaju Katli and til laddu. And I found myself saying yes to til laddu instead of Kaju Katli. I was amazed. But Fletcherizing, as like it is getting closer. It's getting you closer to the nature. What is the nature's way? The nature's way is कि जो भी fresh चीजें हैं. How initially how humans used to have all raw food, right? Over the period we evolved, we started cooking food. Okay, and that is how it has been happening. But nature always advises you to have as many fresh things as you can. So If you're fletcherizing, if you're feeling like having ice cream, go ahead with it. But over a period of time, you will automatically observe the change in your choices, and it will not be forceful. In fletcherism, it comes automatically. That is the beauty of it. And the best part about fletcherism is there's no guilt feeling. I have not heard any doctor or any nutrition till now who has advised कि आप जो खाओ, आपको जो पसंद है वो खाओ. Okay. ये मैंने किसी जो फ्लेचरिज्म बोलता है, and that is a very important aspect to it. The second principle which says eat what you love. The basic thing is, suppose I really like sweet, my husband likes spicy food. Okay, if you tell me don't have sweets, okay, then मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, जबरदस्ती मेरे को करेला खाना पड़ेगा, कुछ खाना पड़ेगा, मेरे को नहीं अच्छा लगेगा. उसके जगह आप बोलोगे कि नहीं तू स्वीट खा, तो फ्लेचरिज्म में क्या होगा कि आप जहाँ पर 2 स्वीट्स खा रहे हो या 4 स्वीट, वहां पर आप एक ही खाओगे, लेकिन आपको ना मजा आएगा. Okay, what will happen आपको sweet if you are on a diet or nutrition, which diet है सर कि नहीं, तू एक से ज्यादा, you are not supposed to have sweet, then if the sweet is lying in front of you, नहीं यार मेरे को बहुत मन कर रहा है, बहुत मन कर रहा है, कैसे कर, like control करो, कैसे, right, that will happen. And if you have it, then you also have guilt, यार वो nutrition बोला था अभी वो छापेगी मेरे को. Okay, so this guilt part is not coming at all, and that is why the fletcherism also scores with the foodies. Okay, Punjabi will have paratha with lot of butter in it. Or for what you say, South Indian will have dosa, sambar, because that is what they love by nature. And each one of us is different. So the whole thing, whole concept of second principle is when nature has made each one of us different. Okay, each one has got different taste buds. So it is not necessary that what I like, my baby will also like. And I have to respect that. I have to let her have what as long as she's chewing and she's following all the other principles. Okay, so does that answer your question?
Yeah, but I have another question now. I mean,
Yes.
I'm still at point number 1. There is a thought, or I mean, there are studies that whatever you eat, it has to be what we call balanced diet, right? It has to be certain amount of protein, vitamins, carbohydrates, and fats. And vitamins is the minerals which we get from the. So, when you said that if someone asked that, okay, if I eat this cake every day, and you said that, okay, yeah, you can eat it, but with mindfulness and chew it a lot. Does this mean that fletcherism, because I have read it in your profile, as I said, I don't know, is it an art of eating, or is it a way to get nutrition to your body?
It is both. See, I will explain you. When they say balanced diet, okay, tell me one thing, Varun. What is the first step of digestion? What is the first step of digestion?
Mastication.
Good. Okay. So, and in human body, okay, human body, what are the apparatus which is nature given? Nature has given us teeth and saliva. These two things, chewing is the first step of digestion, and these two things are given, the tools which are given by nature in the human body. Okay. Now, if you chew, what does teeth and what does the lower jaw do? Okay, when we bite, we like, right? So this is also kept fit. Okay, and if you chew it so much and you mix it, saliva is extremely important. There are people who don't have saliva and they suffer. Okay, if you saliva is an enzyme which breaks down the food in such a small in a way which is easily acceptable by the body. So you can have anything, but if you're doing this first step perfectly, you will never have any health problem. Okay. The thing of a balanced diet is because people are not understanding the first step of digestion, that is chewing. Okay. And the way nature has made you, if you're fletcherizing, you will not feel like having one food all the time. Okay. Not for all the meals. Like as an example, for me, I have grilled cheese sandwich almost for a year. Okay. बहुत सारा butter, must एक slice of cheese and 2 breads. Okay. Grill करके सुबह मैं नाश्ते में खाती. That has been my this thing for almost a year now, and I don't feel like changing because I love it. But lunch and dinner में different है, but breakfast is every day same. Okay, so your body will automatically give you will advise you, will send you signal if it is not good. Okay, and cheese is cheese and this thing is protein, so it is okay. The thing of balanced diet is अगर आप ये चबा के खाओगे तो आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, ऑटोमेटिकली आपको थोड़ा राइस खाने की इच्छा होगी. या for me, I don't have rice. I hardly have rice because that is not what my body has ever liked. So I have roti, I have bhakri. So every body is different. Every body's composition is different. So listen to your body. Okay, if your body tells you to have just one thing every day, like me, cheese sandwich in the breakfast, you will not suffer if you are chewing and fletcherizing because you are doing the way nature has designed it. फिर कंप्लीटली आप चबा चबा के उसको लिक्विड बना रहे हो, तो फिर आपके पेट को इंटरेस्ट को काम करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी ज्यादा. इट विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी. Because when you don't chew, brain gets all confused. This is not the way it has been designed, but then it has to चबा चबा, मतलब उसको दांत तो नहीं इंटेस्टाइन में, स्टमक में दांत नहीं है, तो उसको बहुत मेहनत करके सब उसको डाइजेस्ट करके करना पड़ता है. तो आपको ये जो जबड़ा है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप ये यूज करके सलावा मिक्स करो एंड ये दांत है उसको यूज करके एकदम उसको बारीक करो. दैट इज द होल थिंग. सो डज दैट आंसर योर क्वेश्चन or should I explain more?
Yeah, I mean, the first part I got it. The second part is about nutrition. So you said that our body will ask us to eat other things which are required by our body, because our brain sort of wakes up when we start doing the things by SOPs, what our body comes with.
Okay. Yeah, so see, it's like if you have observed, okay, now someone told me कि एक बार उनके बच्चे को cold हो गया था, okay, and normally she loves eating rice, but she wasn't eating rice. So cold or cough, I don't really recollect, but it is what, then she checked on the Google, so that is what happens. The person will not have rice when he has cold or cough. I'm not really sure of what was cold or cough, but our bodies are the most intelligent being. We don't have to go outside to a doctor to listen. So you observe, okay. And another very important thing is, Varun, if you have observed when you are down, okay, or when you are angry, you generally don't feel like eating food. So one of the major rules is, one of the in Fletcherson they say, have your food when you're good and you're hungry. Okay, because your body is not able to digest food. You can easily compare it to office scenario, right? In office scenario, maybe you're given an assignment. Okay. मॉर्निंग में यू से ठीक है, अब आज फ्राइडे है, मैं सब खत्म करने वाला हूँ असाइनमेंट, शाम को मस्त गर्लफ्रेंड से मिलने वाला हूँ, मजा करने वाला हूँ, एंड यू आर रेडी, यू कॉल अप योर बॉस एट 5 o'clock, you tell him, boss हो गया, मैं आ रहा हूँ आपकी कैबिन में. देन बॉस सेज हाँ आ जाओ, एंड you go in this cabin, hand him on the file, he does not even look at you and he hands you the envelope. Varun, finish this off, we have to finish it today only. And then आपका चेहरा कैसे पड़ेगा? ये नहीं. So same way it is for your body also. Okay, when you're not hungry, you're giving your body something to it, it gets irritated. It knows 3 meals time, or whatever is your way of life, it knows it. Suddenly, if you put something, it gets irritated and then kya kar raha hai? My body will say, I'm telling him that I don't want, still he is giving me. Okay, so you have to keep listening to your body and you have to understand. So and if you, I will give you 2-3 tips also. Okay, if you know that you are hungry, okay, but you're not in a good mood, okay, you can do, I use 2-3 techniques. Okay, there's a technique I use called like, if he ha ha hoo, he ha. The moment you do this for 3-4 times, you will start laughing automatically. Then there's another technique, because see, you know for sure that if you're going to have food when you're angry or irritated, that food is not going to serve you any nutrition. Okay, because for the food, for your body to digest it effectively, ऑफिस में अगर आप अच्छे मूड में होते हो तो आपका काम बहुत अच्छे से होता है, राइट? सेम वे if you are in a good mood, because you and your body are connected, right? So your brain, if it is calm, then it will digest the food very nicely. But if it is irritated already, it will be in no mood to digest the food. That is why it is said. Is it making sense to you, or is it too confusing?
No, it is making sense, because I have also read that whatever our body does, it does as wholesomely as possible. So when we eat food, it requires some enzymes, okay, some biomes, okay, but it also needs some hormones from our body to use it and to transfer certain nutrients to our, or minerals to our body, to our different parts of our body. And yeah, I mean, when you are angry, stressed, tired, all of probably all of the brain's power goes into here and here to take care of our mental state, because yeah, it is the basic thing for it's mainframe computer of our body. So I guess when you say that, and I can totally relate it biologically also, that yeah, it should be the case that when you are not happy, yeah, the food is like it is just going from top to bottom and that's it.
Yes. So you have to have the awareness that you should have your food only when you're good and you are hungry. And there are techniques to cheer you up if you're hungry, because you can be hungry, but you will not be happy, right? At times. So there are techniques like you read something, which you read a message from the loved ones or something. मतलब खाने का पॉइंट क्या है, अगर आपको food लगने नहीं वाला है, मतलब फाइनेंशियली भी वेस्ट है, आपको बाहर पड़ने वाला है वो फूड, तो पॉइंट क्या है खाने, राइट? सो दिस इज द, so is your you get the crust, or
Now,
should I
yeah,
explain
now
more?
I understood. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
It's
fine.
okay. I am a stupid person. I don't know anything, so I
It's
like
okay.
to
It is
answer,
fine.
ask all the
I
stupid
love
questions.
sharing stuff. I love explaining stuff, as because my point is that I have to, my message has to be communicated and the person has to understand. It's extremely important.
Hmm.
Yes.
So, then what is the second point? Because I missed that second point because you said 5 rules. The last 3 I know. What is the second rule?
I'll just repeat all the 5.
Mm-hmm.
First one is eat when you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Second is eat what you love. So that is where I give the example of grilled cheese sandwich. Like that is that I love. Like in my house, everyone is surprised that how do I have that one from almost a year, and I think I'm going to continue for life. One grilled sandwich every day, cheese grilled sandwich from morning. That's what I love, and I don't feel the need or desire to change it. So I keep having that. Then third is completely chew your food. Okay. Fourth is do not let thought come into your mind when you are having your food. And the fifth is do mindful eating.
Yeah, this mindfulness, I don't know. Personally, I think that this mindfulness is now used in everything what we do right now. And
Yes.
sometimes it is very confusing. Can you explain mindfulness to me and
Yes.
how it is used in Fletcherism?
Okay, great. Okay. For me, mindfulness is when you concentrate all your senses in the thing that you're doing. Okay, it may be eating food, it may be doing your work, it may be having bath, it may be absolutely anything. Basically, living in the moment. Okay, so with reference to Fletcherism, now Fletcherism is related to food. Now I'll give you an example. Generally, there's a sweet called Mysore Pak. Okay, Bangalore. As I love sweet, and when you heat that sweet in the microwave, okay, and you put it in the mouth, it tastes so amazing. I like, wow, that is the expression that comes to my mind. Okay, that is the way each and every food morsel should be eaten, is what Fletcherism says. Okay, you have to end. Now, how do you just excuse me? Yeah, how do you ensure that is happening? Now, I very well understand that we all are adults, we have got all responsibilities, there are a lot of things going up at the back of the mind. Okay, so it is difficult, but we can always give it a shot, right? So there are 2-3 things that I suggest, not 2-3, I suggest actually many things. The best thing to have food mindfully would be if you can manage to have your food alone. I know it's extremely difficult in Indian setup, but then what will happen? See, the fourth rule, which is do not let any negative thought. What happens? So, the first thing is do not let it have any mobile, any TV, newspaper, book, कुछ नहीं रखना खाने के वक्त. That is a no, completely no. And people tell me, why cannot I watch positive videos? What's wrong in positive videos? Okay. So I tell them, see, you're not respecting the food. You're respecting the food that is in front of you. In Hindu, they say कि अपने को खाना मिल रहा है, तो that is such a blessing that we have, right? So if you are not concentrating on the food, okay, the ideal way to have each food is that निवाला लो, आंखें बंद करके खाओ. Because what happens, even if you're sitting alone, because I sit alone at times, okay, and if your eyes are open, still you start looking here and there. But if you मुंह में डालोगे, आंखें बंद करके खाओगे, तो कुछ ऑप्शन ही नहीं, इसके ऊपर ही कॉन्सेंट्रेट करोगे, right? That is the best way to have food. But though I know it's not manageable or practical for everyone, because one of my students told me that my wife gets very irritated when I have food, like I have food alone, so I have to have with her. So I said, you have food with her. Then she says कि हाँ, but मैं उसके साथ बैठता हूँ, लेकिन मैं आंखें बंद करके खाता हूँ, बहुत irritate होती है वो. Okay, so that is just the fun element. But the point is, first instruction is no mobile, no newspaper, no TV, okay, or no any distraction. Only plate आपके सामने हो जाए, उस पे खाना. Second is, I really advise people that don't even have it with your family and friends, food. For the simple reason that even if you are aware of Fletcherism, not everyone is, right? And even if you are aware that what negative thoughts can do to your food, it will not give you any nutrition if you have having negative thoughts, because you can't control what the आगे वाला बोलेगा, right? आगे वाला कुछ भी बोल सकता है, आपको पता है क्या ऑफिस में ये हुआ वो, and then whole energy goes to negativity, which is not advisable while having. And if you have to sit with family members to have food, tell them this way, explain it to them कि उनको भी फायदा होगा, वो खुश रह के खाएंगे. But again, Like one of my friends, she said she's made a rule at the table कि कोई भी negative बात नहीं करेगा. लेकिन फिर भी vibrations जाते हैं. If someone, suppose your husband or your sister is upset, that is seen on the face. So automatically you tend to ask कि क्या हुआ बाबा, क्यों रो रही है, right? So to avoid all this, and you can always do, like one of my friends said कि नहीं मैं दादा दादी के साथ बैठता हूँ. मैंने कहा ठीक है, फिर अगर वो जब भी वो कुछ नेगेटिव बोलेगी तो आप इमीडिएटली टॉपिक चेंज कर. See, you have to find ways and strategies to implement this practice. If you are aware, एक तो है कि फैमिली को पक्का बताना. I always tell my students कि don't tell them to implement. Okay, just explain them you are getting into this because family support is extremely important. And when they see the changes in you, then they automatically will take. कभी भी फोर्स करके होता नहीं कुछ. They will only shout and fights will happen. But when as a person is getting into any practice, not only fletchers, किसी भी practice में आप फैमिली मेंबर चाहे गुस्सा भी हो उनको बताना बहुत जरूरी है because they will support you for sure. If you don't tell them, they will say क्या पागलपन है. उससे बेटर आप बताओ गुस्सा होंगे ठीक, वैसे भी गुस्सा होने वाले हैं तो बता के गुस्सा करो, right? So that is what is mindful eating, enjoying every moment. मतलब mindfulness in everything and having food, enjoying each and every food morsel to the best by every sense, in every way. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, definitely. But it also reminded me of something
Yes.
which will give a leeway to another question. And the thing is that I think I was around 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, around that range, when my cousins used to come to my house in my hometown. And my grandmother has an awesome recipe for just rice. He used to fry rice and it was awesome. And I used to eat normally at that time, but all my cousins used to almost swallow the whole food because they want to go and out and play. I was too young, so I was not allowed to play with them. But yeah, that's how it did. And I saw them, and I used to do the same. And since then, I started swallowing food, and I didn't chew it. And now I think when right now after 30, 34, 32 years, it is like that I'm now used to it. And if I start doing Fletcherism right now, I have to have some preparation and what do you call it? Determination and everything.
Okay.
The first part of the question is that how do you teach kids to do it? Because for kids, if they make this as a habit, then it is like a lifestyle. For me, it is like a diet thing, which I have to learn, then which I have to implement, then I will fail in implementing, then I will start again, and so on and so forth. It's a long journey. So how do you first teach kids? And second is that for grown-ups like me and you, how do you prepare yourself mentally as well as rules wise? Like you said, that don't eat with your family for a while and so on. So how did you prepare yourself? But first I want to know, how do you teach kids this?
Okay. So let me just clarify. Have I understood your questions first? The first question is, how do you teach kids to Fletcherize? And second is, how do you teach adults to Fletcherize? Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, can you tell me the age range when you say kids?
Yeah. See, I was between 5 to 8. So that's the point when actually mothers don't feed their kids with hands. And they also don't tell their kids, eat slowly, chew your food. Because I remember my mother telling me all the time, eat slowly, eat slowly, eat slowly. You will get time to play. So when kids start eating by themselves, I think that's when they see their elders, cousins, brothers, whatnot, and start copying them. And that's spiral downwards.
Agree. So first point, it is extremely easy to teach kids. So it is very easy, Varun, to teach kids. You do it, they will observe and do it. Okay, like you picked up the gobbling habit from your cousins. It is very serious. In my house, when my baby is around 2 years, she'll be 2 in some time. So I chew completely. Okay, so I tell her, chow sound kha. So she also is doing that. And anyways, babies are always alive. Okay, if you see a babies take a lot of time to eat, and there's another most important observation. If you see our jawline, okay, between our teeth inside and the lower jaw, there is some space here, right? So normally babies keep food here inside, okay? That is the place designed by nature to keep the extra bite waiting, okay, which we adults don't realize. And normally kids which will be 3 to 4 years will normally do that because I've got that feedback. So that lady was so surprised when I told her. She says, "Oh, no, name it." She always keeps that here, and I'm telling her finish it, but she keeps it here. I said that is the way nature has designed it, because you have to bite it. So if the morsel is very big, the child will cut it and keep it here. So that is way. So it is extremely easy to teach anything, not only eating food, to a child. If you do it, the child will pick it. If you don't do it, child will not do it. As simple as that. Okay, and children are the most fast learners because they don't have to unlearn anything. Right? They have not got into a habit of gobbling like we adults have got. So it is very easy to teach children. And if you tell them, if first thing you demonstrate to them how you're doing it. Okay, like I tell my baby, "Bag me sound khate," so she also automatically does that. Second thing is, you have to give them time. Okay, you should never tell them ki hurry up, हमको बाहर जाना है, हमको ऑफिस से जल्दी खाओ जल्दी. Because which people tend to do a lot. कि कितना टाइम लगा रहा है खाने में, इतना टाइम लगाता है. Those things, those kind of comments demoralize them. Then they think it is something wrong there, and they will stop chewing. Okay, so those two things are extremely important. One is you demonstrate by example. Second is don't push them to finish the food.
Mm-hmm.
Now the second part is a difficult question. How do you teach adults, because they have to unlearn the way that they have been eating for so many years. Okay, so understand one thing, Varun. For Fletcherizing, okay, most of the people come to me with the concern that they have to lose weight. So I would like to start by saying that there are two things here. Okay, lose weight or any ailment that they have got. Okay, first is your mindset, and second is the actual practice of Fletcherism. I know many girls who have actually done the Fletcherism right way, but still they're not able to lose weight. Why? Because they have a mindset block. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about the mindset block right now, but that can be one of the issues. I'm going to talk about the practical aspect of Fletcherism. Like if you think Fletcherism is for you, you have agreed to that, so how do you move forward? Now, any change, not only Fletcherism, okay, if you put it suddenly, for example, if you decide कि बाबा नहीं, आज से मैं 1 घंटा exercise करने वाला हूँ, मतलब करने वाला हूँ, it will be very difficult. Opposite to that, you just say कि मैं आज 5 मिनट exercise करूँगी, ठीक है? So it will be easy. So what happens when I tell people about, when I explain the concept of Fletcherism, they all chat and they say, "Chalo, हम अभी आज से शुरू होंगे. I am going to Fletcherize each and every meal." So I tell them, stop. Don't get very excited. Okay. Don't overestimate your capacity, because for so many years you have been Fletcherizing in a certain, not Fletcherizing, eating in a certain way. Don't expect that एकदम हो जाएगा. Just select one meal जब आपके पास पूरा time. Okay. When you know during the day you are at leisure. And I personally advise people to take it as breakfast, for the simple reason that what happens, morning may we are generally fresh. We are not full of thoughts. By lunch or afternoon, we have got a lot of thoughts. दिन में कुछ झगड़ा हो गया या कुछ ना कुछ हो जाता. Okay, not every day, not for everyone, but for most of them, कुछ ना कुछ होगा. So for the fourth principle, which says that you should not be having any negative principle while having food. I understand it will not be completely, but up to certain extent, breakfast is the best deal. If you take breakfast select करोगे तो best. उसमें मैं बोलती हूँ कि ठीक है, आपको ये करना है ना Fletcherism, तो आप क्या करो, पहले first 5 days or first 7 days, just Fletcherize for 5 minutes. If your breakfast time is 15 minutes, then Fletcherize for 5 minutes. Okay. Then people are, because what happens, if you get into a practice slowly, then your mind will accept it. Any sudden change will have resistance. This is one of the main strategies that I give my students in workshops and personal coaching. Any change आप धीरे-धीरे करोगे तो वो automatically accept हो जाए. आप अगर कुछ भी एकदम धड़ाम करके डालोगे तो वो accept नहीं होगा. And any change is normally not accepted normally in most of the scenarios by people. ठीक है? तो आप सिर्फ 5 मिनट करोगे तो आपका mind will not even realize that you are Fletcherizing. Then people tell me, अरे बाप रे, चबा के खाना है, पूरा liquid होना ही चाहिए क्या? I said, see, don't take so much stress about it. Huh? If you are only like people who gobble, maybe chewing only 1 or 2 times. Like one of the ladies told me she was chewing only 2 to 3 times. Now she's chewing 10 to 15 times, but she can feel the difference. So even that much is okay. See, it will slowly increase. People have to understand that you have been following a certain way of doing things for so long. How do you expect to get results suddenly? Though in Fletcherism, if you do it perfectly, I have lost a kg in 2 days also. If you do it perfectly, you not perfect, even if you do 60 to 70%, you will get results. Okay. But again, understand everyone is different. If I get results, it is not necessary that you will also get results. Okay. And another thing is, so first मैंने आपको बोला कि select one meal which is you have leisure time. Okay. Second thing I told कि क्या बोलते do it only for 5-10 minutes. Okay. Third thing I told you, you can add this key. Normally, when you're getting into a new diet, okay, it is always better to मतलब अगर आपको भिंडी पसंद नहीं है, okay, and आपको बोला कि नाश्ते में भिंडी और रोटी खानी है, अब वो आप चबा चबा के आपको बहुत बोर होगा, even if it is for 5 minutes, because you don't like it, ना. So initially, you should take stuff which you like, okay. And if you have this reason कि boss मैं नाश्ता बनाता नहीं हूँ कोई और, then you start making your breakfast. You have to take charge of your own health. Okay, this is one thing. Another thing that people can do, like I advise, is कि Fletcherizing solids is much more easier than Fletcherizing liquids. Because saliva कैसे mix होगा? Liquid तो ऐसे ये हो जाता है, कटाकट चला जाता है नीचे, right? You have to really be mindful and really consciously उसको hold करके saliva ऐसे करना, which I see people are not very comfortable doing, at least outside. I understand that, okay? So you should always at the initial stage, जब आप ये practice में जा रहे हो, ठीक है? तो आप ये क्या बोलते हैं? Prefer having solids for breakfast, right? So these are 4-5 points. Another thing that I was doing and I'm doing actually is that suppose you get into a commitment कि ठीक है, I'm going to Fletcherize for 3 months and see how much I will lose certain weight, okay? Or I will, my energy level will shoot up. Okay, now this is a long-term commitment that you're getting into. So you can actually write a commitment. Like I believe a lot in power of writing. Okay, so every time there are like more than 60,000 thoughts that we have in a day. So anything which is there in our mind कि ठीक है मैं आज करने वाली हूँ, मैं flexibility करने वाली, it will go in air. But the moment you write down, okay, writing is the moment you write down on a paper, you are putting it, you are making commitment to yourself. Like the commitment that I write every morning is that today, 10 September 2021, I commit, I actually so commit that I would be Fletcherizing each and every food morsel so that my body is maintained as a temple and I a devoted caretaker. Now you don't have to write such a detailed commitment. You can just write, I commit that I will Fletcherize today. The whole point is that for intention has to be released to the universe. Like I call God the universe. So these are simple tactics which you can actually, I think I told 5 tactics right now to actually ensure that you are getting into this practice. And LinkedIn pe anyways, I think you know I've started a Wednesday series in which I'm sharing the principles. Once the principles is over, then I will be sharing almost 25 practical tips every week. So people who are interested should follow me on LinkedIn too, and Wednesday series specifically to know about Fletcherism.
Yeah, I mean, I will put all your links down in the description. I have one more question, and it's a fleeting information which I have, and I have heard it from someone else. It is that someone told me once that you have to chew your food 20 times. Someone said 24 times. And while I was looking up to talk to you about Fletcherism, it said 32 times. And do you have certain sort of a number, or it is just based on what, as you said, that person to person, it depends?
See, if you are taking a big bite, if you take big bite, you'll have to chew more. If you take small bites, you have to chew less. See, you have to liquefy the whole food that you eat. It is as simple as that. अगर आप एकदम छोटे बाइट बेबी जैसे लेके तो आपको कम चबाना पड़ेगा. अगर आप बड़े बाइट्स लोगे तो आपको ज्यादा चबाना पड़ेगा. Point क्या है कि वो it should be becoming like a liquid. That is all is required. Okay, I don't agree to this thing कि 32 times or 20 times because the way we take our bites are different. So as simple as that.
And it's when you said that eat when you are hungry. So what about people who are sort of addicted to food? You know, they are always eating something. They start from breakfast, then chips, then something, then something, then something, then something. And mostly this is not so good after all. And they gain a lot of weight and they said, I can't stop eating. What to do? So do you think that they also can use this Fletcherism as a way of life, and how they have to modify it?
Okay, so you want to know how do people addicted to food can actually change and get into this practice, right?
Mhm.
So two things here. First, Fletcherism, okay, is for everyone. And I think people who eat are finding food is a way of taking out depression. Like I've known people who tell me that whenever I get upset, okay, I tend to eat food. And in Fletcherism, like, tell me, Varun, are chips, Coke, pizza, burger, are they good or they are bad?
By my own experience, they were definitely very bad to me.
Okay. So I would tell you, okay, no food, nothing in this world which is edible is bad. It is the way you eat or I eat is bad. In a chips, okay, if a chip packet, if you Fletcherize, you will not eat more than 3 chips. But if you're not Fletcherizing, you gobble the whole chips. Now tell me who's wrong? Is it me or is it the chips? See, even one chip has got some protein, some carbohydrates. पर आप अगर चबा के नहीं खा रहे हो, आप उसको खाते रहते हो. अगर आप चबा चबा के खाओगे तो आप 3-4 चिप्स ज्यादा खा ही नहीं सकते. That is the impact that Fletcherism has.
So, if I understand it correctly, due to this Fletcherism, we are eating less. I mean, not less, but what actually is required by the body.
Yes.
And when we are not doing this, we are actually swallowing, and the whole SOP is not followed. And then there is a lack of communication from here to our stomach that, boss, you have not eaten anything, eat more.
Yes. See, what happens generally when you're gobbling down food, the brain does not understand. Okay, because brain is expecting your food to be coming in a certain manner. So the brain and the stomach think कि हमको खाना मिला नहीं, हमको और चाहिए. Okay, that is why we tend to keep on gobbling more and more. But when you chew completely, what is happening? Everything is aligned. Okay, brain is understanding कि ऐसा चाहिए खाना मिल रहा है. So what happens in Fletcherism? Your food intake comes down. Okay, your energy levels go high because your brain is not wasting energy in digesting the unwanted food in the unwanted form.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, plus your finances are saved because आप कम खाना खा रहे हो. Right, so that is also such a great aspect of Fletcherism. पैसा भी बच रहा है तो और क्या चाहिए, मतलब खाना कम हो रहा है, पैसा बच रहा है और एनर्जी लेवल बढ़, उससे बेटर क्या डील हो सकती है? Tell me, what better deal can be there in life? Okay, and there's another very important point that I would like to mention here. It's already on topic. If you in Fletcherism will also lead to de-addiction of alcohol. How I will tell you. अगर आप अल्कोहल जो दारू पीता है उसको आप बोलोगे कि दारू मत लो, वो नहीं मानेगा, ठीक है. पर आप उसको बोलोगे कि ये खाना चबा चबा के खाओ तो वो एग्री करेगा एक बार, ठीक है. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, वी आर द सेम पर्सन. ओके, वी कैन नॉट, मतलब ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आप एक चीज करते वक्त एक पर्सन हो गए, आपका माइंडसेट वही रहेगा. सो अगर आपने खाना खाना धीरे धीरे शुरू कर दिया तो आप ड्रिंक्स भी धीरे धीरे करना शुरू कर दोगे. Shelley has particularly mentioned this in her book. Okay, and Horace Fletcher in his book also he's mentioned that earlier he used to drink a lot of, I don't know which drink, but later on it kind of really drastically reduced after he started Fletcherizing. Okay, so Fletcherizing also results in de-addiction. But there's a way to approach the person whom you want to tell this. अगर आप उसको बोलोगे कि नहीं ये दारू फ्लेचराइज करो तो वो नहीं करेगा, पर आपको खाना बोलोगे तो वो करेगा. एक बार खाना ही बोल रहा है ना, and automatically you will see the benefits over a period of time.
दारू से याद आया, you said you have to Fletcherize liquids also, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you said that everyone cannot do it. First of all, how can we Fletcherize liquid? Especially chewing part. Other things I can understand.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay. So tell me, did you read my post last week, how to Fletcherize liquids?
Yeah, I read it.
Okay. So see, the first step is, I understand the whole point of Fletcherizing is तुम्हारा saliva mix होना चाहिए. Obviously, teeth cannot be used. The second thing is saliva. तो अभी आप saliva कैसे mix करोगे? Okay, I understand कि बहुत difficult होगा initially, at least for like for having 1 cup of tea I take around 10 minutes. Okay, now it's my habit. Now my family members know, ठीक है बाबा इसको तो लगता है टाइम, कोई problem. Okay, now I tell people कि आपको पता है कि सलाइवा मिक्स नहीं होगा तो आपको क्या नुकसान होगा, you know this very well. Now if you have this awareness, won't you take action? As simple as that. To have small sips. Okay, if you think normally what happens, we tend to gobble down. Okay, that is a norm, and because it is liquid, it goes down directly our throat. and saliva does not get mixed in. ठीक है, तो इसलिए अगर आप स्मॉल सिप लोगे तो आपको इनिशियली कॉन्शियसली एफर्ट करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. एंड इफ यू लाइक एट होम आई डू लाइक दिस, इफ आई डोंट हैव टाइम, आई एम शॉर्ट ऑन टाइम, बिकॉज एट होम सबको पता है तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं. बाहर में को पता है कि इट विल बिकम एम्बैरेसिंग, but then you have to find your ways. Okay, you can cut down the quantity of your tea and you won't feel it because you will Fletcherize, right? So with awareness you should get the knowledge to take action. You have to find out strategies to do it. As simple as that. मतलब मेरे को मैं बोलती हूँ मुझे कि आपको एक बार मैंने awareness दे दी तो आप find out करोगे. अगर आपको पता ही नहीं, like on the post that was there, many people said कि we never thought it that way. We never thought that liquids had to be chewed, right? So अभी मैंने awareness दे दी, अभी आप करो. एक बार आपको awareness मिल गया, then you will find out your ways. If you know that is going to benefit you. Normally your human tendency is normally the person will not do anything which harms, right? Unless that person is really careless. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, definitely. I was just thinking that when someone eats food and drinks, there are a lot of things going on in the background. Just
Yes.
for example, someone is looking after losing weight. Someone is looking to get all the nutrients and stay healthy, and they get energy. So what about diabetic people? Do you know something about people who had diabetes and they have used Fletcherism and it benefited or not benefited in some way or other?
So according to me, okay, Fletcherism gets you closer to nature. Now, the way nature has designed our human body, it's supposed to be healthy. Okay, it is supposed to be lean. If we are not supposed to have tummies, okay, it is not. That is what my viewpoint is. I don't have a scientific research to prove that, but that is what is my experience, right? So nature is designed to be healthy. It never intended for us to be ill or having. Why do we have diabetes? Because of some imbalance that we have done to our bodies by eating the food that was not expected out of it. So I don't know about diabetes, but Shelja has mentioned in her book thyroid that one lady had come to her, and when she started Fletcherizing, her thyroid medicine really came down. So I personally believe that if you have any ailment, okay, let it be any ailment, you will, if you Fletcherize the correct way, it will get aligned and reduce to पक्का 100% reduce होगा. Because what happens, Varun, कि इतने सालों से तुमने एक चीज एक तरीके से खाना खाया, okay, you have kind of abused your body for, and whenever you have disease, it is a result of the abuse that you have done to your body. As simple as that. Okay, कोई और चीज responsible नहीं. हाँ, thoughts भी होते हैं. I have a firm belief that thoughts भी responsible होते हैं. ठीक है? So your mind, thoughts, and the abuse that you have done to your body comes together in the form of disease. So if you Fletcherize, as of now, I don't have a group, or I don't know someone who have lost or outcome out of diabetes completely. But it is my firm belief कि कोई भी बीमारी होने दो, it will be cured if you Fletcherize, and your immunity goes really high. Because अगर आप अपने body को, ठीक है, सिर्फ, and another very important point is पता है क्या, कि Fletcherism में it is said that the are throwing out, okay, whatever waste is there, that should only be toxic. Okay, there should be. So if you're eating exactly what your body is needing, and before Fletcherizing, I always had this question कि अगर खाना like अपन when we overeat, okay, lunch पे जाते किसी घर पे, उसके बाद आपको नींद क्या आती है? Okay, why should we feel sleepy? Food is supposed to give us energy, so why are we feeling sleepy? Because we are overeating, we are abusing your body. So in Fletcherism, if you're eating the exact way which is required, exact amount which is required, it is getting converted into energy. There are only and only going to be positive cells. Okay, and for any disease to survive, it has to have negative cells. That is philosophical, spiritual based to this, but I firmly believe अगर आपके बॉडी में नेगेटिव सेल्स होंगे तो वो डिजीज सर्वाइव करेगा, नहीं तो वो नहीं. अगर आपके बॉडी में सिर्फ और सिर्फ पॉजिटिव सेल्स है, you are a healthy being, you will never have any disease. And with Fletcherism, you kind of align to being a positive person, and you align to being a positive and healthy body. So diseases won't come to you for sure. That's my take on it.
I mean, as you said that you also took workshops and you have some students who also follow Fletcherism. What are the common benefits which you have seen within yourself and as well as your students, and what were the problems faced most generally, and how you solved it?
Okay, fine. So in my workshops, besides Fletcherism, I also share concepts like talking to body, paying gratitude. Okay, because I believe I believe in a combination of mind and practice, mind and body. Like I think we cannot be successful if we only concentrate on one aspect of it. Okay, for Fletcherism to work, like I mentioned earlier, you also have to work on your mind because we are changing about it. So I will start with the benefits. There was one lady who used to take this medicine called Gelisil every night because she used to have stomach aches. So that completely stopped her from Fletcherizing. Then she had low back pain. So I started telling her to start talking to your back. And I'm very happy to tell that the back pain completely vanished. Plus, she's actually thin. But then she said she always had a ऐसे उसको लगता था कि उसका पेट बहुत है and she always used to she every day used to walk 10 kilometers, which I was very surprised. But then she told me that within a week of lecturing she lost around half a kg, which did not happen by walking for 10 kilometers every day. Then there's another lady who messaged me on the second of the workshop and she told me that her energy levels have really raised high. But one point is very important, Varun, that if you doubt the practice, it will not happen. Okay? आप कोई भी चीज लेते हो अपने हाथ में, अगर आप उसको डाउट करोगे तो वो that having a doubt stops the practice to be successful in the beginning only. So I tell my students ki if you have even 1% doubt, they don't come here. You have to completely have faith in me and the practice. Okay, because this practice gives you result immediately and it's comparatively very easy to apply. मतलब इस practice में आपको कोई restriction नहीं, आपको जो पसंद है वो खाओ. Okay, so another thing that I kind of advise people is write a Fletcherism diary. That is one thing. Like I kind of बहुत स्ट्रेस करती हूँ मैं दिखने पे बिकॉज लाइक पीपल टेल मी हम कुछ नहीं खाते सिर्फ रोटी सब्जी खाते हैं देन आई टेल देम टू राइट डाउन हाँ चाय के साथ बिस्किट खाया चाय के साथ समोसा खाया बीच में चकली खाई ओके सो राइटिंग गिव्स देम द अवेयरनेस कि बाबा आप एक्चुअली कितना खा रहे हो which is and as now is a sedentary work we are not working like farmers where we need lot of physical activity if you are having physical activity then maybe your food requirement is different okay everyone's food and water requirement is different. So it makes a lot of sense to write down whatever you are eating, okay? And you write down, you realize कि आप कितना फालतू का खा रहे हो, and then they cut down. So people have told me writing बहुत irritating है, बहुत. So I tell them that is the requirement of the workshop. You have to write if you have to kind of achieve this because that gives you awareness. अगर आपको awareness ही नहीं है कि आप खा कितना है तो आप कुछ नहीं करोगे एक बार पेपर पे आ गया ना फिर अपने को अच्छा मैंने ये भी खाया था मैंने ये भी खाया हाँ मैडम आप बराबर बोल रहे हो मैंने ये भी खाया था मैंने ये भी खाया था ओके so then the realization starts happening and writing works for everything not only for food you have any complication in life you just write it down and then you read it on the paper you will get the solution that's my firm belief and that's what I always do and have experience so yeah
I have what you said earlier that if you have to have a belief in something
yes.
and you should not have a doubt on for example Fletcherism right now and my question is that okay from all the 5 points one is about mindfulness and another is about positivity or positive mindset
do not let negative thoughts
so how does this biologically connected to mind and mindfulness I mean about believing and not believing because what you said that okay you have to chew and you have to eat when you are hungry yeah that I understood but how is it connected to what our brain does
okay so tell me Varun do you know the concept of beliefs
concept of beliefs no I know my own definition of beliefs I don't know actual concept of belief
no you can tell me your definition I will tell you if it aligns with my definition or not
okay my definition of belief is that just for example the best example is God and people say okay do you believe in God and normally I said no I don't believe in God but I believe in some sort of energy or power or something which I don't know so what I don't know is what I believe in right now, which gives me strength somehow. Somehow it gives me peace. Somehow it gives me courage somewhere when I need it. That's what I call belief.
Okay. So tell me, so according to me, beliefs are something that we have picked up from a surrounding, okay? Something that we think is the right way. Now the whole world, okay, is how I look at the world is my perception. You will look at the world in a different way. That is based on your ideas and beliefs. Okay. So as an example, there was this lady, okay, who during her marriage, she was little on the chubbier side. So usko, her mother-in-law do not really accept her because of the fat and this thing. So she had a belief. Now, when in my workshop, she was doing everything right. Okay, everything right she was doing, but she was not losing weight. So somewhere in a subconscious mind, you understand the concept of subconscious mind, right?
Yeah.
Huh. So somewhere in a subconscious mind, it was again and again hammered on her कि तू वजन नहीं कम कर सकती, तू कुछ भी कर ले वजन कम नहीं. So anything which is again and again hammered in our mind, okay, again and again becomes our belief. Okay, so that is why it is also said that when a child grows up in the first 6-7 years, the child does not have a capacity to accept or reject anything. ओके, सो आप उस चाइल्ड को जो इन्वायरमेंट दोगे वो वैसा बनेगा. अगर आप उस बंदे को, उस चाइल्ड को बार बार बोलोगे यू आर गोइंग टू बी अ प्राइम मिनिस्टर, यू आर गोइंग टू बी, दैट पर्सन विल बिकम अ प्राइम मिनिस्टर. But if you tell that child again you are lazy, then that person will become lazy. Okay, so beliefs are basically thoughts that are formed in a mind. And how does it work? Okay, एक बार आपको किसी ने कुछ बोला, ठीक है, तो वो एक न्यूरॉन फॉर्म होता है. हाँ, सेकेंड टाइम बोला, वही चीज बोला, तो फिर से सेकेंड, थर्ड, नेक्स्ट, सेकेंड. And then if that thing keeps on repeating, it becomes a very thick chain, which is very difficult to break. And then that becomes कि आप ऐसे ही हो. ठीक है. And you can, I'm going a little off the topic, but I think it's good to share here right now. So what happens in the first 6 to 7 years, you pick up everything is in your surrounding, and then those becomes your belief. एक किसी ने किसी घर पे बोला कि मंदिर में रोज जाना, he seen his mother, his father going every time in the mandir, then it becomes this belief that it is good to be religious, it is good to go to mandir, because parents are someone whom we look up to when we are children. Okay, opposite to that, if someone is given, if someone's mother says ki you see God in everyone, I see God, I don't really go to temples, but I see God in everyone, so that is my belief. I say if I behave nicely with God, with people, if I do good for them, that is my God. Okay, so my baby will start believing in that. Okay, so that is the belief, how it is formed. And luckily for humans, we can change it. मतलब अगर आपके नेगेटिव बिलीफ होंगे तो आप बड़े होके वो चेंज कर सकते हो रिपीटेशन कर. ठीक है, अभी रिलेटेड टू फ्लेचरिज्म, अभी if someone has been always told कि तुम वजन नहीं लूज कर सकते, तो मैं उसको कितना भी गाइडेंस दूं, वो कितना भी करे वो होने नहीं वाला. सो इन दैट केस आई टेल पीपल टू राइट एफर्मेशंस, to keep on repeating कि universe is ensuring that I am achieving the ideal weight as designed by the universe. Okay, so that is how the mind works, because आपका mind जो आपको बताएगा वो आपके बॉडी पे दिखेगा. So does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. So what you are saying is that whatever you do physically, I mean, that is Fletcherism. But if you do not have a firm belief in what you are doing, then probably subconsciously you will not reap the benefits out of what you are doing right now.
Correct.
I understand.
Correct.
Vaishali, you said you are currently working on a book. What is the topic of that book, if you can share? And
what else? Fletcherism.
I see. And do you have to do some research with some certain scientists or people who do it?
I
and
haven't done that because my experience is a lot, and it is such a practical approach that whatever I'm talking is completely out of my own experience. I've not done any research, and I actually kind of tried to find out if there is certification, but no certification also.
Yeah, but you are on your own researcher. If you have students, if you have done yourself for so long, you are on your own researcher. So I can totally understand what you are saying. I asked this because this Fletcherism is a term, as I said, I didn't know, and I asked some of my colleagues or friends or acquaintances that, do you know, and most of them didn't know. Some knew, but they don't know what is it. They just said, okay, I have heard about it.
Correct.
And since this thing is not so famous, you have to have a certain amount of basic results, right? That, okay, then you can firmly say that, okay, now I can work on this book. So do you think that when you publish your book and people will read it, do you think that it will be good enough book to have Fletcherism, or good enough book to have a certain belief in? By just reading you can start following it. Do you know what I mean? I'm saying that reading this book, a person can a person get belief? Because you said that there will be no many scientific results in that, but only experience.
But see, what I have done in that book, like I'm sharing practical strategies. I realize that where people fail is that वो पढ़ लेते हैं लेकिन उनको practical strategies. I'm going to
Exactly.
25 practical strategies. So I don't expect everyone to follow all the 25 practical strategies, but even out of those 25, 4 or 5, 3 people, even if you resonate with 3 strategies, which I know for sure if someone will, it is workable, right? Because ladies will have it like one of the things that I've noticed everywhere is that all the ladies, okay, most of the ladies out there, because they cook food, अगर खाना बच जाता है तो वो खा लेती है जबरदस्ती, उनको भूख नहीं लगी है उनको. Like one of my friends told me कि at times the food is very tasty, so the husband and kids finish it off, but कभी कभी अच्छा नहीं बनता तो बच जाता है तो मैं खा लेती हूँ. So that is a way of abusing your body. So it is, I'm just giving them this realization this is not supposed to be done. You throw the food, because what happens if you eat the food which you don't like, or just for the sake of finishing, you are anyway going to throw it out of your body. So again a waste, right? So these simple realizations are my practical tips, which I am sure helps people. And another book, the book that Shailja has written, is also very extremely beneficial. It is, I have I think I shared, I don't know if I've shared with you or not.
I will ask for all the books you want people to read, because my point is that I have read some literature on Fletcherism, not a book, but literature. But for me, it was like information. Yeah, but I cannot really learn from it. But when I am talking to you right now and you are giving me so many examples, so I was just thinking that when you are giving such real life examples to me, then I am now more motivated. So how that particular book will motivate people? Is it just for information or is it for following? You know what I'm asking?
Yes. So I have actually kept a lot of structures. Information is there. Okay. I have a proof, my weight proof chart also in that, because people want proof, right? And in Fletcherism, the only thing that I can quantify is the weight chart. So I have proof of concept. I have 50 FAQs. Plus I have the practical tips. I think these 3 should be more than enough to motivate them to actually get into the practice. Because I realize, because I'm also into reading a lot of books, I realize that people want the practical. Books अच्छी लगती है पढ़ने के लिए, लेकिन अगर implement करना है तो practical क्या solution?
Correct.
Right? So those practical tips will definitely be a boon. Plus the questions will be there, because I know, because the practice which is supposed to be, there are people going to have a lot of questions in it. So those 50 questions will definitely address that particular need as well. Plus the proof concept, the weight proof chart will also give them a solid backup ki baba haan ye ho raha hai. So yeah, so I think it should be a workable option.
Great, because as I said, not many books are out there, and if your books give both of those things, information as well as some practical incentives, then I think it will be easy to follow. The last question is, and I guess it's directly to you, how long did it took you to actually internalize this whole Fletcherism, and it became just like a normal what do you call it, auto synchronous motions, or second nature? Yeah, that you started, you don't have to see that, okay, now it is liquid, now I can swallow. It became an inherent part of you.
Okay, so let me also clarify one point. It is not that whatever I chew becomes liquid completely, okay, but I am sure that I chew, when any food was there coming into my mouth, at least 15-20 times to hota hi hai, that I don't have to think, okay, but it is not that every time liquid hota hai. And I also go for at times. Okay, it is not that by 100% play. Because see, we all are humans, kabhi na kabhi galti. But in Fletcherism, there's always a second chance, because we never will stop eating food. You might have food for 2-3. So that is again a selling point about Fletcherism. Ki, the only exercise that is required in Fletcherism is chewing. Okay, and even if it is a rainy season hoga, to aap walk pe nahi jaoge, lekin gym pe nahi jaoge. Holiday hoga, to aap khana chodoge nahi, right? Holiday hoga, to aap gym pe nahi jaoge. What is so for me, it has become a second nature, maybe 3-4 months, because I was already aware of the concept. See, you need to understand that, Varun, I knew the concept and I already gained the benefit 6-7 years back when I lost around 4-5 kgs that time. But over the time, I kind of stopped the practice for one or the other reason, because that drive was not so much. But after having my baby, I had this biggest drive ki I have to increase my energy level. And that was the whole reason that I took it up so passionately. So 3 months is more than enough time if you follow all the principles to actually make it a second nature. 21 days is required. You must be knowing that for developing any habit, 21 days is required. Like the concept goes like, first is you have to remove the old habit, then second is installation and integration. So you can say 66 days are more than 63 days are more than enough to actually get into the practice. So 3 months is decent enough to get into this practice if you're following it, and then you're making conscious effort to get into the practice. All the 5 principles. Yes, so that would be it. Yeah.
So another okay, last question.
And I like answering, not a problem.
And the question is that what if after watching this podcast, or what if after reading your book when it comes out, and all the best for that, if someone wants to start it, can he or she start immediately?
Yes.
I mean, just without any preparation, from now onwards, I will eat when I am hungry, I will be mindful, and I will chew my food. It's no special.
Eat when you're hungry. Eat when you're hungry. Eat what you love. Completely chew your food. Do not let any negative thought come to your mind. Okay. And the fifth is completely mindful eating. Okay. But then that person has to ensure that that person does not get demotivated. Okay. For that, I will tell you a book of Shelja, which is already there. They can read that book, or they can follow my post on LinkedIn, which will be helpful. Because see, what happens if you take into a practice, okay, and you fail the first time, then it is very demotivating to start again. फिर आप डरते हो फिर से करने के लिए वो normally. It becomes a mindset. Like I'll tell you a simple example. One day what happened, I was in the kitchen, and there was milk there and there was ghee there. So by mistake, there was thoda sa ghee milk में पड़ गया. So the milk got little spoiled. So next time I went close by, my mother-in-law told आराम से घर गिर जाएगा. So I told her नहीं, एक बार हुआ है तो बार-बार होगा नहीं. So I stopped her. I cut my belief that time. If I would not have said that, it maybe have become a belief in my mind कि बाबा बार-बार गड़बड़ होगा, right? So for most of people, what happens कि एक बार उन्होंने कोई चीज ट्राई किया, अगर एक बार फेल हो गया, वो डरते हैं फिर से करने के लिए, right? So it is absolutely fine if you have the courage and if you have the determination कि नहीं मैं करने वाली हूँ, करने वाली. दे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. फिर आप बुक पढ़ो, मेरे पोस्ट पढ़ो, करो. मतलब, but if you think that you will fall back, then I would recommend don't start it. मतलब, you make a plan how you're going to do it. You can contact me or you can follow the post, because post पे मैं anyways I am going to be sharing the practicals. But you can always contact me because अभी तक और तो कोई फ्लेक्सिज्म कोच नहीं इंडिया में. मैं देख रही थी, मैं गूगल पे भी सर्च, so I'm going to be the first coach, India's first topmost flexicism coach.
That would be awesome, because I also searched for it and didn't find any coach in India. And when I looked on YouTube, I guess I found some non-Indian videos, but they were also not so detailed like we talked today. And that's why I love my podcast. I get to know everything in detail. So I guess that with that,
you can ask another question. We have 5 minutes if you want to.
Okay, last question. Do you have anything else to tell our viewers apart from Fletcherism before we close this podcast?
Okay, so apart from Fletcherism, I also take personal coaching for accountability. Now, what exactly is an accountability coach? See, normally what happens, we people, okay, it is a normal human tendency that we don't listen to a family member. That is what I've observed. Okay, अपने mom dad को कितना भी बोलोगे ये करो वो करो, but when a third person gives you a perspective, okay, this is the way, then you listen to that person more. That is a normal behavior that I have observed. So I was saying the normal human tendency is we generally, not everyone, but generally most people don't listen to the family members. And that is right also, because we should take a guidance from an experienced person. Now I, in accountability, I cover 5 aspects. Okay. First is health. Now health, you guys know that I am a Fletcherism expert, so that is fine. Okay. Finance. Now finance because I am a chartered accountant, okay, I can also guide you on financial aspects of life. Now I will not tell you where to invest in anything, but I will give you small tips that you can see. Most of the people earn money, but they don't know how to manage. So I can guide you on how to actually manage your money. Then third is relationships. Now relationship is something that at times people struggle, because see, सबके life में कुछ ना कुछ होता ही है. मतलब there are so many, we as humans have so many relations around that कभी ना कभी someone is not happy with the dad, someone is not happy with wife or something. So I will help you understand the perspective of that person. Okay. What I said, money or wealth, health हो गया, relations हो गया, money हो गया, spirituality. Something, because I've read lot of books, so I kind of understand I will share that knowledge with you. And the last is peace of mind. So everything is kind of linked with each other. And generally, my accountability coaching starts with the question that what is one thing in your life that you want right now. Like right now, the accountability coaching which is going right now, there's this girl who wanted her marriage thing to be sorted out. So abhi uski life mein that was one thing that she bad did. And luckily for me, I gave her strategies like affirmations, vision, and everything. So you have to execute. I can only show you the path, but ultimately it's on you who have to do it. So that is one thing, and it's accountability coaching is like for 1 hour a day is 6 months ke liye, but it's for Fletcherism coaching. These are all personal coaching, okay? Fletcherism coaching is 6 months, 60 days ke liye. Abhi I'm not conducting any workshops as of now because I'm concentrating on ye apna book, and also I'm making the Fletcherism series on LinkedIn anyways. So as of now, my workshops are not going on, and I'm also open to take seminars or webinars if anyone wants to. Then we can work out the technicalities and the money part of it. So as of now, that is what is there on my cards. Yes.
Awesome. And I guess I will put all the links down in the description. And the books which you suggested, and soon enough I will add your book when it gets published. So
Sure.
that will be awesome.
Sure.
And the best thing I liked about today's podcast is that when it comes from directly from someone's experience, I tend to believe it. So that belief part is now sorted out for me, and I personally will try it, and hopefully some viewers will also try it, and maybe reap benefits out of it. And
Definitely.
with that, thank you, Vaishali. Thank you for coming on this podcast again. And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe this channel, and put your comments down below in this particular video, because I want to know how you eat your food right now, and how you have done all your life, and how you will try to change. And thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot, Varun. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.